and welcome back to part 4 of the list.
That is a miss.
I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm just a Capt.
And this big year-ender show special episode we have here on Top Rope Reality. Let's start off with the list. And we're going to start with the 9 shocking 2017 Royal Rumble returns. That could happen. Number 6, Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin was scheduled to return to the WWE after the draft back in July. Several vignettes aired on SmackDown Live in anticipation for his return to the company. Benjamin announced in August on Twitter that he tore his rotator cuff and then required surgery. This bummed many fans who were excited for his return. Benjamin posted an injury update in early October, updating fans on his recovery. Depending on how his recovery goes, this could line up perfectly with a Royal Rumble return. January the 29th, 2017. I think fans would enjoy seeing Benjamin and he would receive a nice little pop. Benjamin is more on the realistic side of things rather than the 2017 Royal Rumble returns that are up next.
Ain't no stopping me now. Yes.
Anyway, we got the PWI 500 Top 10, number 4.
Number 4, this man right here, AJ Styles.
With that shirt right there.
This shirt and this shirt.
Oh, 2 shirts.
AJ Styles.
And I have an AJ Styles shirt. I didn't wear
AJ Styles wild here.
His key wins were against John Cena, Dean Ambrose, Adam Cole, and Chris Jericho.
His key losses was against Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Last year, he was number 4.
Does he deserve number 4?
Staying at number 4, I think that's pretty good, right?
Yeah. I think winning the WWE title now will bump him
next
up.
year, he'll bump up to maybe 2 or 3. I don't think he'll be number 1.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I don't think he'll be number 1.
Depends on how things go for him. When we get to WrestleMania 33, we'll see how things go.
Right. But next week, or next time.
Next time in the year 2017.
Woo! 2017.
On episode 126.
126. PWI 500 Top 10. We go to number 3.
Finn Balor.
And we continue with our 2016 Top Rope Reality TOPPY Awards.
Get up here, Toppy.
Our indie show of the year is the final ever WrestleCade. The 5th and final.
That's very weird they stopped at 5.
They said when they were on top, but they said if they had huge sponsors come in, they would continue.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it is.
Bringing it back for another year, the Dick Togo Award.
Everybody loves the Dick Togo Award.
And this year, the Dick Togo Award goes to Dixie Carter.
That's right. You were a Dick Togo for doing what you did with Billy Corgan.
You are a Dick Togo for what you've done to TNA all these years.
You're a Dick Togo for not selling the company before now. And then we have the Daniel Bryan Yes Award that goes to Heath Slater for finally winning a contract to SmackDown Live and getting the tag team titles.
I mean, looking at Heath Slater, he is pretty much, out of his little group with Bo Dallas and
the Social Outcasts.
Yes.
And then before that was the 3-man band.
He's pretty much the one head and shoulder above the other ones because they getting beaten or disappearing off TV. I thought they were going to do something with Bo, and then all of a sudden,
nothing.
Nah, we're done.
Yep.
And poor Curtis Axel.
Yeah, they
do go over there. I know.
Up next.
Up next, the future is now. Who will be in NXT before the end of 2017? That award goes to Dalton Castle.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. You know where that's from? The Other Guys.
Well,
the movie?
Oh, from NBC. But,
oh, because the peacock was NBC. Oh, I got you. Up next, the most hated wrestler of the year goes to, unanimously,
I think it's a 2-timer.
probably, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, come on. I don't care what you do to him. When he's on the face side and he gets booed worse than the heels do, that should tell you something.
Yeah.
The most popular wrestler of the year, this is kind of a shocker. But he gets cheered and he's a heel.
He is a heel right now.
And that goes to AJ Styles.
Absolutely. Woo!
So that is it for the Toppies right now. Yep, huh?
Thought we were talking about Al Snow. I started yawning.
No, not yet. Let's go now to that man right there, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Scroll her down.
Because he is up on the terrible wrestling returns that should have been great. 1996 for Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake Roberts is one of the most compelling characters the business has ever had, or has ever seen. So while you may not have expected his 1996 WF run to not be all that great in the ring, you likely would have thought he'd still be really over due to his brilliant mic work. Reality, though, was far from this. After being away from the company for nearly 4 years, Roberts wasn't just older Though at 41 he wasn't that old, but he was ridiculously out of shape. His once crisp offense was also sloppy and slow. Well, at least he still had his great diabolical character, right? No, he didn't have that either. Roberts returned by trading in his dark and creepy, interesting act for a born-again preacher. Wait, what? He did become part of history during this run, but it was because of putting Steve Austin over in the King of the Ring tournament and then subsequently being mocked for his beliefs and for being so ineffective in the ring. This largely forgettable run, minus that one big moment, was far beneath the legend. He lasted a little over a year before being released, never to wrestle for the company again.
So sad.
It is very sad.
That's funny that we haven't King of the Ring to talk again.
And that's when that run was the only memorable thing about his run was that day.
It was weird.
When he got made fun of, basically.
Yes.
Yes. Top rope reality. Story time.
Unfinished storylines that remain a mystery. Chapter 9, The Anonymous Raw General Manager.
WWE's Anonymous Raw General Manager angle started with intrigue and ended with Tatum? Sadness, basically. It was June 2010, and Bret Hart had just been fired as the general manager. I forgot he was the GM. Vince McMahon unveiled a new anonymous general manager with Michael Cole acting as his or her spokesman and communicating the GM's decision to the live audience and wrestlers alike. The angle ran for over a year, way too long, with the anonymous GM often dropping hints to his or her identity by using the catchphrases of numerous popular superstars. Those were found to be red herrings, however, and the anonymous general manager was phased out in favor of Triple H and John Laurinaitis in 2011. The anonymous GM made a couple of fleeting returns in 2012 and 2014, but nothing stuck. On Raw 1000, WWE laughingly claimed that Hornswoggle was behind the whole thing, but this was quickly written off as a joke, and nobody bought into it. If Hornswoggle truly was the anonymous general manager, WWE would have paid it off a long time ago instead of waiting several years. Instead, the storyline fizzled out, faded away, and disappeared from television without resolution. It was a huge missed opportunity, as a number of compelling storylines would have blossomed had someone like Triple H, Shane McMahon, or Vicky Guerrero been found culpable. Instead, WWE attempted to cover their tracks by shrugging their shoulders and rendering the whole affair one giant waste of time.
Boy, was it ever. It was a big old waste of time.
It's true.
It started off good, but then went down the toilet.
It's true.
Let's go next to some more toppies here, folks. Oh. As we have the toppies, the last set of toppies here before we get to the Hall of Fame. The pay-per-view of the year. It's for me to say, yes. And that was, of course, WrestleMania 72.
The match of the year goes to #DIY versus the Revival in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Tag Team Championships at NXT TakeOver Toronto.
Yeah, it was a great match.
It really was.
Your indie wrestler of the year is Ricochet.
Yes, he's doing very well. Between Lucha Underground, Japan, and WWE's looking at him. And last but not least,
the last toppy
of 2016 goes to the Wrestler of the Year. What did he get a while ago? Oh, never mind. I don't know. The Wrestler of the Year, because I thought we already gave this out. Never mind. Yeah. Wrestler of the Year goes to the most popular Wrestler of the Year as well, as it is AJ Styles. That's why he wore the shirt today. Gave it away.
Good.
Gave it away.
Happened one of the better. Should be out. But I mean, come on. He comes in January. He's already WWE champion.
He already wrestled in WrestleMania once.
He's already beat John Cena, or beat up John Cena, and beat John Cena.
He beat John Cena, that's true.
Yeah.
And he lost to James Ellsworth 3 times.
But we have from Dean Ambrose, who he also beat.
That's true.
Now
so I'm assuming you're on the left, I'm on the right.
Yes.
Yes. So up next is the Top Rope Reality
2016 Hall of Fame induction.
What are we going to do?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I say we're gonna induct a tag team. A manager. A passed away star. A woman. And a male.
And it could be for any promotion. Does not matter. Yeah. We had Gargoyle here. He had people from Japan and Texas and all kinds of stuff. So it does not matter. It is however we feel. So we're going to start out with the tag team, as I inducted Demolition.
And I inducted the Road Warriors.
Very interesting. Both face painted.
They are. And they, people said, hey, the Demolition was a copy of the Road Warriors. And
Pretty much.
Up next, the managers. I inducted Captain Lou Albino.
And I inducted Paul Bearer. My turn.
Yes.
Up next, we have the passed away star of 2016, top of the Hall of Fame. I picked the British Bulldog.
And I inducted Randy Macho Man Savage.
Very good one so far.
It is.
It is.
On the women, I inducted Trish Stratus.
Very good. And I inducted very underrated women's wrestler, Molly Holly.
And on the male superstars, you take it.
I inducted The Rock.
And I inducted Shawn Michaels.
Huge list this year.
Huge list. This is
Huge
very
list.
huge. It is.
So every year at the year-end awards, we will give out our year-end Hall of Fame as well. So
Yes.
all of it will be at the year-end.
So who will go in next year?
Ooh, 2017.
We got to get our thing caps on and see who we're going to induct. Then.
That's true. But next time, as we enter 2017 on Top of Reality, we will talk ringside news. What will happen
while we're off? Huh?
While we're off. I mean, there's no telling what could happen.
No. Also, we're going to continue on with the King of the Ring. When we come back, we're going to do the King of the Ring pay-per-view and continue on that for a little while.
That's confusing.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
No.
Top of Reality story time continues. Plus, greatest wrestler of all time. We drop down 2 more.
Drop out 2 more. Who will it be? On this one, as we go to find out who is the greatest of all time.
That's right.
We're going to continue the terrible wrestler returns that should have been great, but wasn't at all.
And you skipped one. PWI 500 Top 10.
That's a small one, didn't
It is. You skipped right over because it's so small there.
It is.
That's what she said. Anyway, shocking 2017 Royal Rumble returns. That could happen.
And don't forget on episode 130, Facebook Live special. When we come back, it'll be in February. The way it's looking, the way things all go together. But right now, at Top Road Down, I want to wish each and every one of you out there a Merry Christmas next week.
And a Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year, yes.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully you get all the things that you asked little Santa Claus for.
That's true. And we'll be right back here in the year 2017 as we start another long train of episodes.
To get to the next year end.
That's true.
That takes a while.
And what will happen in the year 2017? That was good.
It's a great time to be a fan right now.
It is. It's a
It's
great time to be
huge.
a fan. And in 2016, it wasn't as great as it should have been, could have been, but it still was pretty good, you know?
We got the cruiserweights.
We
We got the British people. So, no telling what will happen in 2017.
And there's what's going to happen here at Top Road Reality. So,
You never know.
as always, I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm Justin Kyle.
And we'll see you next time in 2017, right here on Top Road Reality. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Be sour. Your hands in this damn dance. The power. Yes, it is.